Hello, friends. Welcome back to Get Happy, Be Fit. Today, we're going to talk about one of the imperative elements of meeting a fitness goal, and that is wanting it. Not just passively having a desire for it, but really wanting it and being excited about meeting that goal. I've talked about this before, but I want to come at it from a little bit of a different angle today. And I first want to reiterate something I say all the time, and that is that you don't need or have to want to lose weight or get super fit. Being a certain weight or size has no bearing whatsoever on your worth or lovability. I am a firm believer that loving yourself and your body exactly where you are right now is imperative to a happy life and creating a foundation for healthy, sustainable weight loss if that's something you want. But first and foremost, finding love for yourself and your body should be the goal. And if you want to lose weight for healthy reasons, which could include improving weight-related medical issues, feeling more comfortable in your clothes, making things like running, walking long distances, and general activities of daily living easier, or simply because you like the way you look better at a lower weight and lower size. Not that you hate where you are now or feel disgusting and unlovable, but that you love your body and feel comfortable and content in your skin, but you prefer to be a different size. For that change to happen, even in a healthy way, you have to really want it and understand why you want it and what's behind that. It takes being in touch with that overarching goal of what you really want instead of what you feel like you want right this second, which may be to be lazy or eat way over your calories. Taking a lazy day and eating over your calories sometimes is called balance, and y'all know how much I encourage balance, but it is true that those things will make your weight loss a little slower depending on how frequently you make the decision to be lazy or eat way over your calories. But now to the matter at hand. Like I said before, you really have to want to reach your fitness goals. It has to have a high level of importance in your life in order to maintain that motivation and consistency that is needed to get the results you want. I used to feel like in order to stay on track with a diet and fitness regimen, I had to hate my body, or at the very least, be extremely dissatisfied with where I was. When I first started to approach having love for myself and my body in therapy, I was terrified that if I actually loved myself and was satisfied and happy with where I was, that I would never lose weight. And all I knew was wanting to lose weight and trying to lose weight. I hadn't felt satisfied and happy with myself since I was 8 or 9 years old. So much so that trying to lose weight felt like part of my identity. It was my biggest goal in life, and at times even felt like my purpose in life. And even though with that mindset I had never actually met my goals, I was still terrified to lose that dissatisfaction with my body. But miraculously, when I finally gave in to working on self-love and acceptance, my life got so much better. Even at the heaviest I had ever been. I was enjoying exercising and feeling strong without pushing myself to injury and burnout. My stress level went down immensely, which helped my tendency towards yo-yo dieting and on and off starving myself. And even before I found the medical issues I had, I was slowly losing weight. And then once I did find those things, I was like, you know what? I really want to meet those fitness goals that I've always wanted to meet. Not just the goal of being a certain size, which I did want, but proving to myself that I had what it took to be disciplined enough to be as fit as I always dreamed of being. And also, lurking in the back of my mind was that little unspoken dream of competing in a bikini competition someday. So I began to visualize myself where I wanted to be daily, multiple times a day, honestly. I got inspiration from women who had achieved the goals I was trying to achieve, and I got really excited about being there myself. And for the first time in my life, life, I was able to look in the mirror and be satisfied with my appearance while still hardcore pursuing my fitness goals. I even had days where I felt like downright gorgeous, which was an entirely new feeling for me, especially when I was heavier. A big thing was that I stopped concentrating on the aspects of my body that I hated and wanted to change. I noticed that there were things I wanted to change and that I didn't necessarily love, but I didn't judge myself for them and I didn't latch onto them as so horrible and embarrassing. I just noticed they were there and let it go. And I started noticing and focusing on the changes that I was excited to see, and I concentrated on the things that I liked. There were still days that I struggled because self-love is a process and it's a journey. But I learned to be gentle with myself and use the tools my therapist gave me to switch back into that positive mindset. This is why I highly recommend therapy. And during all this, for the first time in my life, I met my weight loss goal and competed in 3 bikini competitions. And part of the reason I met that goal was because I really wanted it. I consistently kept my focus on what I wanted without shifting into hate for where I was. I believed I could have it, and I wanted it bad enough to do what it took to get there. Recently, I've been relishing the fact that even at a higher weight than what was my goal, I feel good about myself. I'm comfortable and satisfied while maintaining my weight and still enjoying food that I loved and don't feel deprived at all. It's pretty awesome. But recently, I've started to get really excited and just really stoked about meeting some new fitness goals that I have and being able to compete again next year because I didn't compete at all in 2020 for obvious reasons. And like I said in the Get Into the Groove episode, I was having a hard time being consistent with my workouts and nutrition. So with the workouts, I just had to jump in and do 5 days a week again because easing into it just was not working for me. And since then, I had to gradually deload by decreasing the number of days that I was lifting because I had some signs of overloading and burnout. But that jump start helped me get into the habit and remember why the gym was my happy place for so long and why I loved working out 5 to 6 days a week and didn't have to force myself. But I was still not making the best nutrition choices for my goals like 50% of the time. Some days were better than others, but I wasn't consistent enough with the caloric deficit for it to make the difference I wanted. So I started to self-reflect and try to understand why it was so easy for me to be disciplined before, but it was more of a challenge now. And the fact of the matter was, I just hadn't sparked the desire that I used to have. I didn't want it enough. I wasn't concentrating on the end result or visualizing what I wanted consistently. I didn't beat myself up at all for this because I have been enjoying my life. And that is so much more important than forcing myself to meet a fitness goal when I'm not ready to make the changes necessary to meet it. But I started looking back at my competition photos and photos of me at my goal weight, and instead of feeling guilty or disappointed that I wasn't there or I gained weight, I let it spark a feeling of, I can do this. I am a disciplined person. I've done it before. I have more knowledge and experience now than I did then. And I really want this. It sparked a lot of excitement, and I've worked to keep that excitement alive. This whole process has reminded me that you can be content where you are and still really want to achieve a goal and have the drive to make it happen. You don't have to hate your body and be super dissatisfied where you are to be motivated and disciplined enough to meet your fitness goals. And having that outlook of disdain for your body may in fact hinder you from meeting those goals. It definitely did for me. But wanting it, really, really wanting it for the right reasons, for healthy reasons, and keeping that excitement while also being content where you are will make the journey easier, more sustainable, and so much more enjoyable. It makes the effort worth it when you feel good on the way there. You can concentrate on your victories and progress instead of how far you have to go. You can have the balance of days off from the gym and celebrating birthdays and holidays and still be disciplined and consistent enough to reach those goals without guilt or shame for going off of your diet, because the consistency is what is key. Having that foundation of love and respect for yourself and contentment for where you are and really wanting to meet those fitness goals will serve you so much in the long run. All right, that's all for today.